The Nissan Z is more than just a car, it's a legend that has carved out a place in automotive history through decades of innovation, passion, and performance. From its earliest inception to the latest iteration, the Z has always represented the spirit of driving, raw, emotional, and deeply connected to the road. It's not just a vehicle for transportation, it's a symbol of what driving means to those who truly love cars. And today, we're going to explore why the Nissan Z stands tall as a cultural and automotive icon, not just in Japan, but across the globe. When the original Datsun 240Z debuted in 1969, it completely changed the sports car landscape. Japan was already making strides in automotive technology, but the 240Z was the car that put Nissan, then known globally as Datsun, on the map for sports car enthusiasts. It offered sleek styling, a powerful inline-six engine, and agile handling, all at a price point that made European competitors look bloated and overpriced. The 240Z was the underdog that overachieved, winning over drivers and critics alike with its unique blend of performance, affordability, and reliability. It wasn't just a car, it was a movement, something that made young drivers feel like they could own a piece of racing heritage without breaking the bank. What made the 240Z so special wasn't just its specs, although those were impressive. It was the way the car made you feel. The long hood and short deck proportions screamed classic sports car, while the responsive engine and lightweight chassis made every drive an experience. The Z didn't just take you to your destination, it made sure the journey was the best part. It quickly became a hit in the United States, outselling expectations and building a loyal fanbase that still exists today. And that success laid the foundation for what would become one of the most enduring sports car lines in history. As the years went by, the Z evolved. The 260Z and 280Z brought refinements and more power, helping the car keep pace with changing regulations and customer expectations. Then, in the 1980s, the 300ZX arrived with a bold new design and advanced technology. Turbocharged engines, digital dashboards, and four-wheel steering were just some of the features that defined the Z cars of this era. Nissan was proving that it could innovate while still staying true to the spirit of the original, a car built for people who love to drive. The 1990s saw the 300ZX twin-turbo, a car that many still regard as one of the greatest Japanese sports cars of all time. With its twin-turbo V6 engine producing over 300 horsepower, it could hang with European exotics while costing far less. The design was sleek, the technology was cutting-edge, and the performance was thrilling. It became a staple in magazines, video games, and tuner culture, and for good reason. It was a car that showed what Japan was capable of when it came to performance engineering. But even legends can hit rough patches, and the Z line faced challenges in the late 90s. Sales declined, regulations tightened, and consumer preferences shifted toward SUVs and sedans. Nissan made the tough decision to pull the Z from production for a few years. For fans of the brand, it felt like the end of an era. The automotive world was changing, and many wondered if the Z would ever return. Then came the early 2000s, and with them, a resurgence. The 350Z debuted in 2002, marking a triumphant return for the iconic badge. It was modern, muscular, and true to the Z ethos, rear-wheel drive, powerful engine up front, and a design that evoked the classic proportions of the original. The 350Z was a hit with tuners, weekend racers, and enthusiasts who had grown up idolizing the older models. Nissan had found a way to bring the Z into the modern era without losing what made it special. The 370Z followed in 2009, building on the success of the 350Z. It brought more power, more refinement, and sharper handling, continuing the Z legacy into the next decade. But by the mid-2010s, the sports car segment was changing again. Competitors like the Toyota 86, Subaru BRZ, and even the resurgence of the American muscle car scene with vehicles like the Mustang GT and Camaro SS made it clear that the Z needed another evolution. And that brings us to the present, the new Nissan Z, a car that represents everything the badge stands for and more. Unveiled in 2021 and officially released in 2022, the latest Z is both a love letter to the past and a bold step into the future. It features styling cues from the classic 240Z and 300ZX, blending retro elements with modern aesthetics. The result is a design that feels timeless, instantly recognizable as a Z car, yet fresh and exciting for a new generation of drivers. Under the hood, the new Z packs a twin-turbo 3.0-liter V6 engine producing 400 horsepower. That's serious performance, especially when paired with a 6-speed manual transmission, a rarity in today's world of automatic everything. Nissan made a bold choice in offering a manual option, and it's a decision that resonates deeply with enthusiasts. It's a message that says, "We built this car for you, the drivers, the purists, the dreamers." Inside, the cabin is a perfect blend of analog and digital. There's a modern infotainment system, customizable digital gauges, and quality materials throughout. But it still feels like a driver's car, focused, uncluttered, and purposeful. It's not trying to be a luxury vehicle or a tech showcase, it's trying to be AZ, and in that mission, it succeeds brilliantly. What's truly remarkable about the new Z is how it stays true to its roots while adapting to modern expectations. It's not the fastest car in its segment, nor the most high-tech, but that's not the point. The Z has always been about the joy of driving, the thrill of the open road, and the connection between man and machine. It's a car that rewards skill, encourages exploration, and invites passion. And in a world increasingly dominated by autonomous vehicles, crossovers, and sterile driving experiences, the Z stands out as a defiant expression of individuality. The fan community around the Nissan Z is another testament to its enduring legacy. From car meets to online forums, racing events to drifting competitions, the Z has become a symbol of the Japanese tuning scene. It's a car that invites customization, from engine swaps to wide-body kits, and it has played a major role in the global car culture. Just think of how many times a Z car has appeared in video games, anime, or movies. It's more than a vehicle, it's a character, a presence, an icon. Even in motorsports, the Z has held its own. From the SCCA and IMSA circuits in the United States to Japan's Super GT and drifting championships, the Z has proven its capability time and again. It has served as a platform for performance experimentation and engineering innovation, and it's done it all while maintaining its identity. Whether it's sliding sideways on a drift track or carving corners on a backroad, the Z has always delivered excitement in a way few cars can. Nissan's commitment to the Z nameplate is also commendable. In an era when so many manufacturers are abandoning sports cars in favor of SUVs and EVs, Nissan doubled down on performance, design, and driving purity. They listened to their fans, took their time, and brought the Z back in a way that feels authentic. That kind of dedication isn't just rare, it's inspiring. And while the automotive world continues to evolve, with electrification, autonomy, and mobility services reshaping how we think about transportation, cars like the Z remind us why we fell in love with driving in the first place. It's not always about efficiency or connectivity or algorithms. Sometimes, it's about emotion. It's about hearing the engine roar, feeling the tires grip the asphalt, and knowing that, for just a moment, nothing else matters. That is the magic of the Nissan Z. There's a sense of continuity in the Z's history, a connection that spans decades, generations, and borders. People who drove a 240Z in the 1970s can still see that DNA in today's model. And young drivers experiencing the Z for the first time are joining a tradition that began over 50 years ago. It's a car that bridges past and present, east and west, performance and practicality. The Nissan Z isn't trying to be everything to everyone. It's not a daily commuter, a family hauler, or a luxury cruiser. It's a sports car, pure and simple, and that's what makes it special. In a world full of compromises, the Z remains focused. It's for those who value the drive, who appreciate mechanical honesty, and who see a twisty road as an invitation rather than an obstacle. Ultimately, the Nissan Z is about passion. It's about design, engineering, and storytelling. It's about the thrill of a perfectly timed downshift, the satisfaction of carving through a mountain pass, and the pride of owning something iconic. Few cars can match its legacy, and even fewer can match the emotional connection it fosters in its drivers. The Z doesn't just take you places, it brings you joy along the way. So whether you're a longtime fan who remembers the first time you saw a 240Z, or a newcomer just discovering the thrill of the Z for the first time, this car has something to offer. It's not just a vehicle, it's a declaration. A statement that driving still matters, that cars can still be fun, and that some legends never fade. The Nissan Z is not just about horsepower or handling, it's about heart. And as long as there are people who love the art of driving, the Z will continue to inspire, excite, and endure. Because the Z isn't just a car you drive, it's a car you feel, a car you remember, and a car that becomes a part of who you are.